Hi everyone, Sailor Moon here, Serena here, and once again I just want to say how sorry I am for it being too bright right now. Not really much I can do about it right now. So, I'm making this film, and today the grounds to why I'm making this film is that, you know, a lot of folks have a belief over Sailor Moon dolls. And me being a Sailor Moon doll, a lot of folks have this belief that the only good Sailor Moon dolls that IRWIN or Bandai ever made were the beautiful Sailor Moon dolls, which I am. Now that has been a held belief of many in the Sailor Moon followership or many in doll gathering followerships. But I'm here to tell you that's not true. You see, I think that all the IRWINs and all the Bandai dolls that were made for the English speaking world, the 4-1 Reichs, the settled land, England, New Zealand, Southern land, I think they were all good. And some of the early Sailor Moon dolls that we ever got, most of them happened to be that long leered dolls that a lot of folks like to scave for being either ugly, but I thought they were good. And sometimes, askers can't be choosers. If you're on, I don't know, Amazon or Strong Woman or eBay, and that's the only one there, and that's the only one, and it's the cheapest one, well, you're going to get that, you know? Some of my fellow Sailor Fighter dolls, some of them happen to have been made that way. So, I just wanted to make this film to talk about my take on that thought. Now I know codename Sailor Earth or whatever her name is probably already made a film. I wrote on her film, but I don't know if she's going to write back or not. I follow her, but I don't know if she followed me. So, anyway, a lot of folks in the Sailor Moon followership, or at least the doll gathering followership, they tend to scave and put down any dolls made by Bandai or IRWIN between 95 YL to 20. Why? Because they weren't made in the same way, that they were either not crafted in the same way that they were not crafted the right way in their belief. You know, then the first Sailor Moon dolls that came out, which were 6 or bigger than the 6 ones. I guess I'm a little more bigger than all my other fellow Sailor Fighters. They were made that way. And those tend to be the earliest Sailor Moon dolls out there. Now, a little thing is that Dwayne did not get into Sailor Moon until years later, until 2008 YL, years after Bandai and IRWIN had made and sold all the dolls. So the only way he ever gotten them was either through Amazon or eBay. So, and a lot of folks always had this belief that they were bad or no good, but I liked them. And sometimes I do happen to go on Amazon, well, Strong Woman, or eBay, whatever the English word for bay is. And sometimes I do look at the IRWIN and Bandai ones, both the both beautiful and the other beautiful ones. And I think to myself, if I could only afford one Sailor Moon doll and it was cheap, which one would I go with? And that would be that one. Now, like many folks, like codenames like, I don't know, Sailor Earth, she, just like me, never knew there were Sailor Moon dolls. And keep in mind, she got some of her dolls when she was younger. Dwayne, or Sailor Moon for Life, did not get his dolls until he was older. But just like her, he didn't know there were Sailor Moon dolls. And the first Sailor Moon doll we ever got was this big one here. And yes, he did have some of the other IRWIN and Bandai ones over the years. Either their doll, either the things holding the buns, the hair together would come undone, or whatever. A lot of things would happen to them and they get thrown away. It was sad. You see, I got over sticky ooze keeping these things on. Now, a lot of folks out there, they can have their belief over what they think who they think made the greater Sailor Moon dolls, IRWIN, Bandai back in the day, and they can always talk about, oh, well, the dolls that were made outside, the dolls they were made in the Dawnland, were the good ones, or the ones made in Intellish Land were the good ones. Well, the ones being made now, yeah, but that was their thought and belief. But I always liked the long Lear dolls, and in my belief, they were beautiful. I mean, when you think of it, Sarah Uranus and Sailor Minimoon are that way. Queen Beryl's that way. Ruvius, I believe, is that way. A lot of them are like that. And I even think Sailor Pluto is like that too. So don't tell me that they're bad, because some of my fellow Sailor Moon fighters who are dolls, some of them were crafted that way, and those were the only ones that I could get from Amazon or Strong Woman, eBay, Omen Boy, you name it. So I don't want to hear about how they're bad or anything. Now, I know that might be the unlike belief here, and that might make me a black sheep of the Sailor Moon followership for liking all Sailor Moon dolls, liking all the IRWINs and all the Bandai ones, and I was never picky about which ones I got, because at the end of the day, I know there's a bunch of other IRWIN and Bandai dolls out there, both on sundry websites that I can't afford, and there's also the squeeze dolls, which are also becoming a big thing. And yeah, there are all the other Sailor Moon dolls that are being crafted by sundry doll makers over the years. So I do think that it was, and they are, in my belief, still, and I think even Tomo and Kaori Knight were made that way too. And I still, in my Sailor Moon doll gathering is still ongoing. I still need Emerald. I still need Diamond. And yeah, and I still need them. And I still need Young Queen Serenity. I still need King Endymion. Well, yeah, I truly still need them. Well, I truly still need, and I need all the squeeze dolls, but I know I don't have room for all of them. But so my doll gathering is still ongoing, and I'm not picky about and Dwayne's not picky about which Sailor Moon dolls he gets. So anyway, I just want to say, everyone, that to say that I want to say thank you to whatever the English code name Sailor Earth, whatever the English word for that would be, I don't know. Handle name, I guess, for her making that film, to let folks know that I also like those Sailor Moon dolls too. The ones that she likes. The ones that are not as beautiful as others, as some folks have their belief on. And hopefully one day we can have a talk. Well, I know that's never going to happen, but at least I know there's one other fellow Sailor Moon follower out there that's not frightened to show her dolls off, or not frightened to play with them, or not frightened to say, to do any of the things with her dolls that Dwayne's been doing for 9 long years on Sailor Moon for Life. So anyway, if you like this film, then follow me over here at Sailor Moon for Life. Watch the other film I made this morning when Sailor Mars fought the Joker. A film that was in filleting hell for almost 2 spans. Anyway, I Sailor Moon Serena, and I'll see you later.